me to lead from now?
I did, yeah. Are you going to go, John?
Sorry, hopefully I've got the link out to most people there and into the group. Just make sure everybody's got the mics turned off before we start the call. I don't know what I've sent it out to the people there. I thought was interested in joining. Anyway, 1 second.
Can just do a test. Can everyone hear my audio?
Yeah.
Okay, just as a quick wave. It was a bit glitchy the other day, so I think I'm ready to just sort of start if everyone's happy. And the sort of purpose of this evening, or the invite, was sort of based on a more sort of like investor perspective as opposed to sort of sales and marketing. The first thing I'd like to do is just introduce myself, James, and I'm sort of lead marketing and the partner developer for auto forex trading. Scott Samuels is here with me. He's another director of the company, and he's involved in customer relations and anything else that we do behind the scenes. Sam Gill is present and just monitoring, and he will, if you've got some questions that, if people can sort of make notes throughout, and then we sort of answer the questions collectively, it just makes it a bit smoother for myself, and kind of speeds it up. I'll try and keep everything relatively sort of bullet point this evening. If you want more depth on any points that I talk about, then that information is more than likely to be found on our website. So I'll start off primarily from an investor perspective, and why everyone is here, and what we can do to offer you a solution to why you're here. We're auto forex trading has forex in the name and auto, and so that's the sort of biggest clue of what we do. Forex being one of the sort of most liquid industries in the world, $5.3 trillion traded per day. So where do we fall into that? Well, we formed really from basically a real life story. Sam Gill developed the system himself. He did that due to family health reasons, and wanting to be able to put himself into a situation where he could support his family and his children, and his parents. So that was the idea behind why the automated system was developed, because not only did it give him the opportunity, or would give him the opportunity, to spend more time with his family, it would enable him to earn a passive income whilst doing that. So I think the sort of key aspect of this is that it's completely hands-free, and that there's no user input required other than depositing funds into your own account. So firstly, I'd like to just sort of describe what an automated system is, and basically it's exactly that. It's way of trading on the forex market without having to place trades yourself. So from that perspective, and in an investor perspective, not having knowledge in this industry, it enables you to invest in income into your account and be able to trade as professionally as someone who's got 10 years experience in the industry. The biggest point I'd like to point out is how different this system is compared to the majority of systems on the market, especially in the retail trade space. Firstly, most systems are developed by using manipulated data, which usually and most commonly causes failure, despite those systems possibly working for a month or 2 months, a week, or even longer. Eventually the system will fail because it won't recognize the data that it's being presented with, and it can't cope with unknown data. So we differ in the respects that we use data that banks use, which is called modeling data, which is purchase data that you can then build and test products around. So effectively, that is exactly what Sam did. He purchased 19 years of modeling data to be able to create an accurate environment to test his programming in. The biggest aspect of this is that Sam didn't build this to be a get-rich-quick scheme. Unlike most of the advertised systems on the internet, Sam was is a very good forex trader himself, but he is very sort of keyed into risk. So that really represents what the system is built around, which from an investor point of view, risk is going to be one of your biggest aspects of what you want to know about before you would consider putting money into it, especially in light of the forex industry and the risks that are apparent. So the key features of the EA are its ability to control risk, limit risk, and deal with risk. Initially, the system trades with very sort of low risk in an open trade, and if, for example, the market was to go against us in a trade, we'd have a very small amount of risk open at that point, and the daily average is around 1% to 3% risk in an open trade, particularly if the market reverses against a position. So the risk is very, very low in that regard. The biggest aspect is that the forex market isn't designed for consistency. So that's where a lot of systems fail, is because they're built on consistent thinking. So when something that happens that isn't consistent, then the product will fail. So Sam developed a quite unique hedging system that is able to withstand market moves against an open position, and it will hedge that position back to profit without the market having to fully correct itself. And this is, having trading experience myself, it would be very difficult to replicate this in a non-automated form. It would probably take a couple of you to be able to work out the calculations, and put that into practice on a live market that's moving. So I think that's one area of sort of expertise that Sam has brought into this is that he's taken a very, very unique way of trading, and he's given that to anyone that uses the system. So there's a lot of complexities that are programmed into the system. The reason why there was 19 years of data back tested and modeling data is that what Sam wanted to find out was where were the extreme moves in the last sort of 20 years, and to build a system that would be capable of at least acknowledging what the extreme risks were in the market, not the sort of short-term daily or monthly or yearly. And obviously we're encompassing a quite sort of volatile period in the markets with Brexit and USA and China. So the idea is that the system is able to withstand something happening that would effectively normally mean that you would lose money. I think the biggest aspect is around the in terms of forex is that most forex traders will win and lose, and that will the losses are sort of classed as drawdown in terms of reaching your profit targets. The difference with us is that drawdown is just basically a held negative position, which will close out in profit over a time duration. Now, because the system's not looking for huge profit targets on a daily basis, it usually means that we are in and out of trades within a short space of time. So we make consistent small profit. But those profits, relating to long-term investing, are actually very attractive. If we're consistently hitting 0.5% to 1% plus on a daily basis, then we were realistically saying that in the beginning that we would sort of try and push out that it would be between 10 and 15% ROI a month, but we're hitting sort of 20-30% ROI with very, very low risk and zero loss. There are losing trades amongst the trades that the EA takes, but because they're hedged, they are just closed as a batch, so the overall batch will be profitable. So our win-loss ratio is around 60-65%, but because of the unique hedging capability of the EA and its ability to adjust the position lot sizes, we're able to make a profit on a move that is gone against us. And invariably in this business, that's where everyone loses money, and we come out and make money. So I think probably just moving on to my next point, is popularity has gone off of the scale, really. We've got over 100 active members. We've got an investor live with us now that's got £120,000 hooked up to the system. He started on August the 15th and has made 27% ROI, just over £23,000 profit. In that time, sustained zero losses, and his maximum open drawdown position was about 10%, and that was in a very high volatile period. So again, his daily drawdown is very low, sort of circa 1% around there. And he's to watch it on higher funds is very interesting, because the drawdown is actually less than on, say, like my own account, which has got about £8,000 in it currently. If anyone's on the desktop version of this, I think Scott's just put the links in, just for you to be able to look at our account. And my account's been running on the EA Live from the 1st of August, and that's made in a month and a half 46% ROI, again zero loss, profit of £2,385. And I think what's also important is that we are using real accounts, real money. We're not hiding anything, and we're linking that up into a public forum, which is verified with by MyFXbook. So ultimately, we're hanging everything out there for everyone to see. If it's an investor perspective, then I think it's important that you can see that the people that are behind this business are actually, we're almost customers ourselves. We're investing. Our accounts are gonna grow. We're gonna reinvest into our accounts. We're gonna compound. We're trusting the system ourselves, and there's nothing else really to hide in that respect. Our partner program is made up of people that we know, that we've known for years, that are friends. People that we're inviting into the company are friends. So we feel that we're doing something very, very different to what is currently out there in the market, and anyone can really go and have a good look online, and I can guarantee that you won't find a product that's capable of operating like this, especially the way that it was built by Sam Gill, and the time that it took to build. Just the time itself, it was 12 months of programming, which is over about 2,500 hours of programming, and then it was tested in an environment that Sam developed, and that was tested for 14 months. So although we have got a short live period since we've launched, it's been a long time in its development and testing, and like any company, you've obviously got your start point somewhere, and everything that we have stated, we've delivered on, and in most cases, I firmly believe we've really pushed past what we initially said we would deliver. So, and at the end of the day, to see the amount of referrals and reviews and positive comments on a daily basis, we're not even asking people to post in our Facebook group about how they're getting on. People just enlightened by it, and bringing their friends in, and so there's a massive responsibility on our shoulders in that respect, because we're family men. I've got 4 young children, and the reality is that we're not all young. We're we're family friends, and we feel this is our time, and this is what we're bringing to the table. And I think that it's a very good opportunity for investors to at least monitor, do some research on the forex market, do some research on other products, and put yourself in a place where you can go, well, actually, there aren't many people that are doing what these guys are doing, and the way that they're doing it. Like I said, the biggest point I think from us is transparency, and answering any question that is put to us, showing every result. We can't hide from the stats, and the stats can't be manipulated. I post daily screenshots of my broker account that gets sent to me from the broker. My personal statement, I put that on a public forum every single day, which shows my account growth, and that correlates with my FX book. So, at the end of the day, if everyone here chose to go, no, it's not for me, I'm not forcing anyone to join us. I'll just carry on our journey, and I hope that it's really successful. I firmly believe it will be. It's already showing great signs of promise. I think briefly that's sort of in terms of where we are. Really kind of what I wanted to get across today, and I think really now it's sort of important to listen to the sort of questions that you guys have got, especially if you're thinking of investing, is kind of also understanding the system as well, because for some people they just won't understand how it works. So for us it's quite important that we can get that message across, or that information across. People will ask, what sort of value can they put into the system? Is their money safe? One of the sort of key aspects is that we're all putting our own money into this. So we've selected a regulated broker, IC Markets. The reason why we chose them is that they're true ECM broker, which means their data isn't manipulated. They're governed by the Australian financial markets, which is sort of one of the toughest financial bodies in the Forex marketplace. They're also one of the most important reasons why they were selected is because their regulations state that they cannot use your money, that it actually has to be held by a tier 1 bank. So anyone that's putting money into IC Markets, if IC Markets went bust, your money's not actually held by them. It's in a tier 1 bank, and your money would be safe. There are other, even our own personal high street banks trade with our money. So we're one up on the banks that give us a measly, lucky if we get it, 0.5% a year. So that's a morning's work for us. But yeah, so I'm happy if people want to sort of jot down some questions, and I can either come back and answer them, or answer them as people type them in, or if anyone wants to sort of speak out, take the table really.
James, with it being IC Markets, is it a company account, or can you use your own account? Because I'm currently with IC Markets.
Yeah, so if you're with IC Markets at the moment, we've got an introducing broker, like RevShare deal with them, which is just their standard deal. It's not that it gives us millions of pounds, but we reinvest anything we get back from that into software development. So you can keep your own current IC account and literally just message customer services, and 5 minutes later it can be done and tagged to us. So
yeah, I'm currently tied up to a previous company with that. Would I have to open a new account?
If you've already got signed up to someone via their affiliate link, you can't swap over to ours.
James.
Go ahead.
I'll just step in there and answer for James on that. To give us a rev share on the EA, you can create a second profile with another email account. IC Markets do allow that, we have checked, which you can then sign up under our IB link, to use an account with the EA. We don't suggest that you use an account that you're manually trading on or have another EA attached to it. So we would suggest that any account you use with the EA is a new one and used specifically for, our product. To answer a couple of the other questions that have popped up, it is your own individual account. We do not hold your money at all. You are free to deposit and withdraw whenever you like. The system that we use currently, a trade copier system from the EA, means that as your balance goes up and down, the lot sizes will automatically be calculated and adjusted for you. So as if you put 10 grand in, it will be at a certain size. If you then decide to deposit another £30,000, your trade size will be adjusted accordingly so that you're still running at the same level of risk, which, if you wish to turn down at any point, we're more than happy to help you do that. There are settings in place for that. But yeah, so the way that the system works is obviously it copies the trades from the EA over to your account. That's done on a 20% performance billing model. Now, what that means is at the end of every month, you will get an automated bill from our copy trade provider, Social Trader Tools, to your email address that you're registered with for 20% of the profits that have come from using our system. Now, if you're manually trading or using any other system on that account, they are not counted. It is only the trades that are generated from our system that are counted. So at the end of the month, you'll get an email to tell you that your subscription is coming to an end and you need to renew, and the cost of that renewal will be 20% of what you have made in profit from us using us that month. On top of that, the only other additional cost is $20 in hosting fees for Social Trader Tools. Social Trader Tools will hold your account in a cloud-based system, much like a VPS, which allows your account to remain connected to ours without the need of having an MT4 client open. Just to cover another couple of questions, we've got some further developments which the rev share goes towards. As I said, it goes towards software development, and our illustrious Sam Gill is developing a gold EA and a crypto EA, which we're hoping to release, next year. So the rev share goes towards development for that, data purchase for that to ensure that, the data that we use for that is accurate. So they're coming next year, which will obviously be great for, everybody to get involved with. They'll probably be a bit more aggressive in terms of trading and the return on investment, as the current EA is set for long-term, gains rather than short-term aggressiveness. So yeah, I deal with the customer services side of things. So if anybody has any issues, I'm the first port of call, and we'll bend over backwards to make sure that we've got you doing exactly what needs to be done. And because of the 20% performance billing model that we use, we don't earn a single penny unless we make you guys money. It's that simple. We have to make you money before we get paid. Which I think is, there's the only upfront cost is your hosting fee, which is $20 a month. Most other EAs are on a subscription basis where you pay regardless of whether you make money or not. It's also done on a high watermark basis. So if for any, we haven't had a losing day yet. If we had a month where you lost any money, we have to make you that money back before we start to make anything ourselves. And it's that system coupled with the EA's consistent gains that, should give you the guys the confidence, because we don't make a single penny until you guys start making money. So that's our promise to you. We're not making anything unless you're making money.
Scott, if it's sorry, Scott, am I right to
of course.
ask you a question? If it's obviously you're doing the trades and everything, what's the average count? Is there a target that you go for?
The EA doesn't have a specific daily target. It's got 9+ different systems that run inside it to determine whether it should take a trade or not. And it's whether those parameters are met. Some days you might only have 1 or 2 trades. Some days it'll be 3 or 4. Some days the conditions might be met where there's 5 to 10 or even more. You know, we've had days where we've had up to 13 trades and made a huge amount of profit on that. Some people have reported up to 15% in one day based on their account size. So
Where do
it
I find?
depends on the markets.
Right, no fair dues. I need a link off Harvey then.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is just to give you guys a bit of an insight to what we're doing.
Also, Scott, sorry to jump in. I think we're sort of up around sort of 1,500 pips on the monthly average. In relative
What's that this month?
Scott, have you got
I'll
this?
just go and have a look, and I'll give you the official figures.
Okay.
Cheers.
In relative terms, because of the way that it hedges and the changing calculation on the lot sizes, the pips are almost less important. It's the profit. It's the profit that's sort of more important than the amount of pips. And that's just the way the EA trades. Ultimately, it doesn't always go into hedges. You know, it does have straight open trades that as soon as those start to move into profit, then they become protected. So it really doesn't matter what happens up to that point. They're just the stop loss. The EA will move the stop loss into a profitable position, secure the trade. Sometimes you'll make a small bit of profit, and other times it'll carry on and hit its profit target. Ultimately, the other factors that are quite important, I think, is that the EA knows about market gaps. It knows about NFP, which is the non-farm payroll, which is the sort of highest risk in the market. So it will tend to manage trades and, if possible, close them before NFP. And even last week, we had a trade that was open during FP. As soon as it hit profit, the EA shut down, closed off for the rest of the day. So we weren't exposed to any more risk than was absolutely required.
Yeah. So just to jump in, we've only got 4.5 minutes left. So just to give you some of the data, which is available from the links that are in the group for you that are on the desktop app and can see them. So far this month, we are up 582.9 pips. Last month, we managed just over 1,100 for the month. Our average win percent is 64, and that's across 313 trades since the 1st of August. Just to give you an idea, this month so far, we're up 12.43%. Up to 2.34% this week. And since the 1st of August, mine and James's account is up 45.94%. And that's in about 6 weeks. So at this rate, it would double the investment in probably 13 weeks.
That's impressive.
The 20% is
without loss
profit on actual profit. So if you make £1,000 in profit that month, your bill will be £200. If you make £5,000 that month in profits, your bill will be £1,000. It's taken from the actual profits that are made from our trades only, not anything else.
So you pay down so many tiers, don't you, if you introduce? Is that right?
At the moment, we have a single level of which gives everybody the same platform. The way we've done it at the moment is, as I said, it gives everybody the same opportunity. It means that somebody can't recruit one person that they know has got 10,000 people behind them and just sit back.
Yeah, they've got to work out.
You know, everybody's on the same level playing field. There's no cap. Just to quickly run over the comms program, for those of you that do have networks of people to go for. So if you recruit between 1 and 8 people, we will pay you 12.5% of the commission we receive from those 1 to 8 people per month. If you recruit between 9 and 16, we will pay you 25% of the commission that we receive from those people every month. If you recruit between 17 and 25 people, that goes up to 37.5%. And the magic number of 26 or more, we'll put that up to 50% commission, which means you earn just as much as we do from those people.
Sorry, can you just run through that again, please?
Yeah, so 1 to 8 people that you recruit will give you 12.5% of the commission that's earned from those 1 to 8 people. So if those 1 to 8 people earn us as a company £100 that month in commission, you'll get £12.5 of it. 9 to 16 will go up to 25, so you would get 25 quid of it. 17 to 25 goes up to 37.5%. So if we earn £100, you'd get £37.5 of it. And if you've got 26 or more, that goes up to 50%. So we've only got a minute left, but that means that you earn just as much as we do out of those customers. And there is no cap on the amount of people you can recruit. If you want to go and recruit 200 people, go and recruit 200 people and earn 50% commission on all 200 of them. It's not a problem.
Scott, does that go in your bank or in your broker's account?
So that comes to us and we then pay you guys.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it comes obviously out of the 20% that we earn, we give you from that.
Right, brilliant. Harvey, if you can hear me, get me that link set up, pal.
Yeah, speak to Harvey. Anybody who's interested, give Harvey a shout. He'll drop you some details. Anything he doesn't know will come to us and we'll give him the information to give you.